First they got Tom, now they done got Hollis. I said, what's really going on? But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chessica for the Bold and Beautiful July 11, 2024. Okay, so first of all, I said that wasn't very smart. Because, okay, it's one thing to take out Tom and, he got a history of this and that. Y'all know what they were saying, that he was stuck on them substances and he backtracked and all that other stuff. Now, Hollis, they just saw him. Now, that doesn't mean nothing because they just saw Tom as well. But now it's two people, and then you got Steffi over here on the phone. She on the phone with Chief Baker, and she was saying how it's not a coincidence. It can't be a coincidence. And based on next week's spoilers, I read them, y'all. They was talking about how Finn and Lee gonna be shocked at the autopsy for Hollis. And I said, I know doggone well they ain't saying the same thing, that he was on substances as well. I said, that's very suspicious. I said, now, it's one thing for the Tom situation. I said, now, everybody gonna start blaming Sheila. They said that Sheila gets taken in for questioning. And I said, this whole episode, I was like, wait a minute now. Sheila was acting suspicious. They showed her first. They showed her, and she was looking at, I think the article about Tom. And then Hollis was still trying to tell her. I said, why you just didn't tell Deacon? I said, tell Deacon, show Deacon or something. You had every opportunity, but instead you trying to talk to Sheila of all people. Then next thing you know, the way he reacted, you would think that it wasn't Sheila, because he was like, hey, I'm glad you're here, because I really need somebody to talk to. So obviously it wasn't Sheila, because Sheila just told him to throw the backpack in the trash can. I said, they trying to trick us up. I don't know who did it at this point. It might not be not Lee. It might not be Poppy or Sheila at this point. They did show not Lee. Why I keep calling her Lee? They did show Poppy leaving. Look, I done skipped over everything. Hope and Steffi was talking, and she was saying how Thomas and Paris and Douglas left. I said, I'm confused now. Then they just said they was having a wedding, but I guess they're going to come back and have the wedding. Why did they do that whole little scene where he's asking Granddad, a.k.a. Eric, what did I used to call him? McDaddy Forrester or something like that. Why did they have that entire scene just for them to have them leave again? I said, they don't be mad. Let me be quiet. But Steffi was saying how they left, and she was like, she talked to him, she gave her blessing and everything. It was going halfway decent. I ain't gonna say it was going good, because they both was making little slick comments or whatever. Steffi gonna tell Hope she proud of her. I said, girl, you could have killed it. I said, you proud of her? For what? Then the slick comment Hope made, she kind of insinuated that something was going on with her or whatever in regards to Finn, but she didn't actually say that, obviously. Not to mention Finn over here, I said, why is he always at Forced to Creation? Now, when you should have been at Forced to Creation, you don't be nowhere to be found. Why are you keep being there? Talking about Steffi's not in yet? Don't you supposed to know if she in or not? And I said, I'm going to have to agree with the fans. I'm wondering how he feels, too. Some fans were saying how the fact that he keeps showing up, it may indicate that he feels some type of way or has an attraction. Because on the preview for next week's episode, Hope is telling Finn that she attracted to him or whatever. And also, they supposed to bring up that whole little situation again about Sheila and Finn or whatever. And Leon's supposed to be back on next week's episode. And I think they said something about Finn and Leon exchanged words or something like that. But Finn, Lee, and Jack. So Jack was back on today's episode. Look, that's why I say this episode confused me. Because he got to talking about Poppy, and I was trying to remember. I said, that's Lee's sister. And obviously there was his in-law, his sister-in-law, and all that. And I went back to what we were saying at first. I said, what's really going on? He was saying how he'll do anything for Poppy and all this other stuff. Let me find out she was one of your side pieces. I said, what? He was like, I do anything for her, and I'm so glad that Spencer was revealed to be Luna's father or whatever. And I said, I don't know, y'all. They trying to trick us. That's what they trying to do. They want us to be completely shocked. But they both end up revealing that they went to the concert or whatever. I didn't know Jack had left. I thought he was still up there. He said he left because he didn't like Tom's performance or whatever. They wasn't talking about much of anything. Hollis, Sheila, Deacon. Hollis found some letters in the backpack. He didn't reveal what it was. Instead of telling Deacon why he had the chance, I know Deacon had left for the lights or whatever, because they kept flickering and stuff. I'm like, you had every opportunity, though, to tell Deacon. You gonna tell Sheila? He was trying to tell her. She was like, basically telling him to leave it alone. What happened, it's over with. Take that backpack, throw it away. It's trash, it's dirty, and all this other extra stuff. I said, Sheila. I said, really, Sheila? And she also, I think Deacon gonna start to suspect her, too. I don't know. They didn't say nothing about it. But when she made that comment about how she not gonna let anything or anyone, interfere with what they got going on, the look on Leaky's face said that, oh, he's worried about her or something like that. But Sheila ended up going back to El Jardino or whatever, and that's when she found Hollis, and she was screaming, and Deacon heard her and came running. And that's when it was discovered that Hollis gone, y'all. I said, no, I know he was a side character. He wasn't one of the main characters, but at the same time, I said, no, it's so much that they could have did with his character. But I already mentioned how Steffi was on the phone with Chief Baker asking if it was really a coincidence. Oh, they also say in the spoilers that a piece of evidence goes missing. A main piece of evidence goes missing. Bill, Luna, and Poppy was talking about the same thing. He glad to have them in the house. He could smile again. He happy. He could come home now. He got a reason to come home now and all this other stuff. And I feel like they're setting him up to be disappointed. I don't know how that would work since Lee administered the test. Now, if people theory right about Jack being the father, then okay. But other than that, I don't know. But that's it, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe. And have a great weekend.